want to welcome everyone here today. We are at Pikes Peak here in Colorado Springs. We're sitting here today with the Chief Engineer Yaguchi-san from Japan, who's come out to join us in the first running of the IS-F CCS-R, which is sitting behind us. And we're here to ask him a bunch of questions today for the Club Lexus and Lexus fans everywhere. So welcome, Chief Engineer. Thank you for being here with us today. Historically speaking, from 1989 to 2006, Lexus has never had any high-performance vehicles. When assigned to work on the IS-F project, did you face any resistance? And were there any doubts that the IS-F would make its productions or just an R&D project?
89年から2000年代にかけて、レクサスは性能車っていうのがなかったんですが、これを開発するにあたって、特に抵抗がいろいろあったかどうか、本当に実現できるかどうか、そういうような心配、いろいろあったでしょうか。
そうですね。心配だらけでしたね。けどこういう車をみんなが欲しがってるというのと、我々も作りたいという思いをなんとか実現したいということで頑張っておりました。
So he knew that there was a lot of challenges. He was worried actually all the way through because of all the challenges that he faced on the corporate side. But he knew that there was a demand for something like this, that people would want it, and there were a lot of people in the company that wanted to build a car like this. So he continued to persevere, and he was able to make it happen.
Very nice. Very good. This brings us into our second question. Rumors are that the IS-F have started out as a garage project. Very limited budget and staffing. Sort of the skunks works. Was it true? And if so, did Lexus invest more in the team over the years, resulting in further changes in the car's suspensions and performance over these past couple of years?
噂だとこれ作るのは非常に機密の中で小さい規模のグループでスカンクワークスとして始めたということを聞いていました。それが本当ですか？ What was the second part of the question?
Was it true? And if so, did Lexus invest more into this team over the years, resulting in the further changes of the car? Suspension, wheels, performance?
初期の段階からさらにレクサスとして正式に投資し始めたり拡大したんでしょうか？サスペンションの変更とか。
最初のスタートも含めて大変小さな規模のチームといろいろなTRD だとかヤマハだとか協力を得ながらなんとか作ったものがチームのスタート。
So the start was true. It was a Skunkworks project of very few people, and he got some key members involved from TRD Technocraft as well as Yamaha to build this up.
Very good.
その後からさらに正式になってもっと正式なサポートとかいろいろ出たでしょうか。
そうですね。やはり好きなエンジニアがたくさん車の好きなエンジニアが多いので、少しずつ協力をもらいながら毎年改良しながら。
So because there's quite a few engineers that are car enthusiasts over at Lexus side in Japan engineering, everybody wanted to cooperate. They wanted to volunteer to help, and every year they've been increasing in terms of the amount of R&D that they're doing on the car in terms of like suspension tuning, and that's why you see actually some of the suspension tuning over the years.
Right. Most last couple of years have been the most vast improvements, and there's a lot of feedback that everyone's enjoying those improvements. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so now we have this third question. With the success of the IS-F and now the LFA, how does it inspire the overall performance F brand for Lexus? Does that mean Lexus is more willing in producing high-performance models based on the existing lineup? In other words, we see expanding models of this high-performance caliber car.
ISF とか LFA の成功によってレクサスとして非常にここに投資を始めているんですけど、将来的にももっと拡張するんでしょうか。
まずは F スポーツというF の下のスポーツモデルの展開が大体今度 LS で終わりましたので、 拡張するというよりはレクサスの中で少ない数ですけど、そのスポーツモデル F を、継続していきたい。
So right now that we got two F models out there with LFA and ISF, he'd like to expand now the one level below that as an F Sport. And now that LS just came out with the LS F Sport, so he feels that the expansion is working out nicely. And so his next step is he would like to see more F-like models.
Right.
He'd like to study more of those.
Correct. And good that I hear that. Based on his vast knowledge and energy and work that he's put into the F, would he be considered a possible assisting engineer or chief engineer for a next F model, or is that decided?
もし次の F とかがあれば、矢口さんは関わるでしょうか？
今のところまだ私がやってます。
At this point in time, he plans to be involved in all F as a chief engineer.
That's fantastic news. We like that. Okay, so moving on to our fourth question. The next generation IS is coming soon. We all know that.
次世代が IS がもうすぐできますね。みんな知ってますね。
Does the current ISF provide any insight on how the design of the next generation in terms of performance and chassis?
今の ISF が次の IS の方に影響を与えてますかっていうことですね。
そうですね。走りのテイストというのが走りをしっかりやっていこうというような考え方は影響していると思います。
So in terms of like fun to drive and the handling, he believes it is strongly influencing the next generation IS.
Right. Very good. So we're moving on to the fifth question here. The current ISF is based on the modified 5.0 liter engine. It's a big displacement, lower revving, likely due to the cost, and shared with the LS600HL.
今のエンジンは 600H と、共通の、ブロックとかあれだと思うんですけど、で、排気量がメーターの大きいのを使ってました。
Okay. On the other hand, the M3 is based on a smaller displacement and higher revving engine, similar to the LFA.
さんはその高回転でも高排気量でした。我々は大排気量でもっと低回転でした。
If there is a choice, do you have any preference? Would there be a better choice for a high performance sports car in this category, and why? In other words, changing the motor to act similar to the LFA maybe, or similar to the competitor motors, we're calling higher revving.
選択の余地があれば、a higher revving versus like a lower revving ですね。どちらの方が好みですかって、その低回転で大排気量でトルクがあるとか、それとももっと LFA の方で排気量が小さくて高回転に回るように。
両方のいいところを取りたいですね。
Actually, what he'd like to do is take the best of both of those.
Very nice. Very good. Okay, so moving on to our sixth question now. With the current generation winding down, or winding up, we can say, what's going to be your next project in Lexus? Are you going to work on the next generation ISF, as it could be already started, or if he's allowed to mention that?
今の ISF が、大体終わりの方に来てると思うんですが、次は矢口さんどこに関わるんですか？次世代の ISF に関わってますか？
Almost yes. Almost yes. Okay, very good. As you know, there has been some very much activity that has made it onto the internet from Nürburgring. And we all see the IS convertible with ISF brakes, ISF wheels, ISF motor, ISF exhaust, ISF fender flares. So a lot of people I know are looking for answers. We may not get an answer, but we know it's coming. We see it, but we know the work is happening. It's good to see, but I don't know if he's willing to, I don't want to say elaborate on the build, but it's there. you know, it's nice to know if he can elaborate that they are working on it, and we'll see more in the
将来の
months.
検討しているのか、すでに言えるかどうか、詳細は言わなくても関わってるかどうか、見てるあれが次世代の何かに関連してる。難しいやつ。
ノーコメント。
No comment. Also very American answer.
でも期待しててください。
No comment.
No
Okay.
comment, but he says, have hope.
Something for our ISF fans. I'm hoping he knows this. If not, maybe you can
フ
help.
ァンのための質問なんです。
We know we've been trying to learn and follow the VIN numbers for the ISF, and we think that for the U.S., ISFs are approximately, since 2008, around 11,000, maybe more units in the U.S. Correct? ISF only.
Global Lexus US numbers we can get.
Right.
ISF
Okay.
numbers.
Very good.
も
So,
公表してますから、グローバルな販売台数が。
how many do you think? In your opinion?
トータルで今までのずっとでだいたい1万1000台ぐらい。
So totally, right now, through about now, it's about 11,000 globally.
Globally,
Yep.
ever made, produced.
Yeah.
And
Oh, wait.
we'll call them the super sleuths on Club Lexus.
Uh-huh.
Have achieved about the same
Really?
approximation
Okay.
as the chief
だから
engineer.
クラブレクサスの人たちもいろんな計算とかして大体そのくらいの数字出してるみたいです。
So that's what we're thinking
Yeah.
the same. Approximately
Very close.
11,000, a little over.
Yep.
Some of the early ones we know may have been pre numbers, so they we know it starts at like 100 or 200. It never starts at 0. Okay, so last question, long shot.
Okay. まあこれは答えられないかもしれないですけど一応聞いてみます。
Long shot. So, with the arrival of the new GS, we
新
know
しい GS が来ましたね。
we know your involvement must also help the chief engineer. His name's no, the GS. It's not coming to my name right now. Kanamori-san. We know that you might have worked with him and cross paths, especially for the F Sport.
多分 F スポーツ GS には矢口さんも関連してるんですね。
cross engineer notes. see if he knows, if he sees what I'm saying. GSF. There's only one.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Not,
Okay.
not your department.
No comment. No comment. Chief engineer is smiling and laughing. If
There we go.
anyone- That's the answer, because we know that there is space. We saw the space, inside the engine bay. It looks like it'll accept the V8. We took a measuring tape and we said, yeah, we can fit an ISF motor here. We wanted to thank Lexus USA and Lexus Japan and our friends here, Mark from Lexus USA and
What is it?
Racer X.
Racer X.
Racer X.
Don't worry.
And we have many members here from Club Lexus. Josie, myself. We have Poyet and James N. And we have a few other guys running around here that are here today. But we want to thank our fan base and also the chief engineer for taking this time. And hopefully you'll enjoy this video. You want to say anything to your fans?
レクサスを楽しんでいただきたいと思って我々は一生懸命車を作りますので皆さんの声を聞きながら楽しい車作りをしていきますからぜひ一緒にレクサスを楽しんでいただきたい特に ISF を楽しんでいただければ私は非常に嬉しいです
So I want to thank all the Lexus fans out there. He wants you guys to enjoy the cars out there. Definitely the ISF and
いや楽しんでいただければ
yeah, please enjoy Lexus vehicles overall.
Very good. Well, thank you very much again. We're very excited for today's race, and we wish KenGushi a very helpful race. And there he is in the background. Ken, go ahead and give us a wave. Awesome.
Fantastic.
That was good.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
good.
All right, let's roll. I shoot it there.